G'day there, Tom here. Today I'm going to be running you through the range of LED 3-in-1 indicators. These things are one of the most popular and long-standing products in our entire range. Now these lights have been through a few iterations over the years as we've installed them on a number of bikes, starting out first as an LED amber indicator only and eventually evolving into the 3-in-1s that are on our product page today. So when I first designed these lights, the idea was to create an all-in-one indicator that was small enough not to be super noticeable, but they looked good enough that you didn't really have to hide them. The purpose-built Moto 3-in-1 indicators are E13 homologated for use on the street. They come with a dual colour, super bright Cree LED base encased in a silicon resin, which makes them weatherproof. But by far the best feature about these little units is the adaptability and easy functionality. The whole unit can be disassembled and modified to suit your specific install. All too often with custom motorcycle parts, universal fit doesn't actually mean universal fit. And that's something that I had a real problem with when I was coming up. So when I designed these parts, I really made sure that they were universal. With a quick and easy swap out, you can remove the threaded tube to make it shorter or longer and also get access to the spacer, which you can lengthen or shorten to suit your specific bike. So as mentioned, these things are super simple and very adaptable to install. We use them as mounting bolts on our headlights. So these are designed that the threads fit and they can actually be used as your mounting bolts to mount your LED flashpoint headlight. We often French them into frames using our fabrication bung kit, or you can just hang them off a standard tail tidy like we do here. This is another kit that we've been developing and just put out. So buying all these bits in the online store, you have a pretty much universal solution that'll fit on any bike and will take care of your complete rear lighting. Now using these lights as an indicator, brake and tail light, you do need to install a splitter. This can be purchased separately in the online store and one splitter will do both of your tail lights. Within the range, we have two different styles and two different finish types. So I'll run you through that. We have the dome shape, which has a nice rounded back section, the smallest of the range, in a black and silver finish. Now these are a machine polish finish that are clear anodized, so they sit well against a brush finish and they sit well against a chrome finish also. The hollow tip are really nicely machined to a sharp point, mimicking a hollow tip bullet shape. That's where the name came from. I tend to use these a little bit more on the more classic style bikes we do, and also bobbers and choppers as well. Don't ask me why, they just tend to fit a little bit nicer on that style build. So now I've given you a bit more info of exactly what you get when you grab these things. Everything's included in the box that you need to chuck them on the bike. I'll show you how we install them on a few things that we have laying around the shop. As I mentioned before, this is probably one of my favorite ways to use this setup. Because we've designed everything in-house here, everything works together. So we've got our 5.75-inch Flashpoint Classic headlight with a custom bracket using our fabrication bungs, and these are actually used to hold the headlight in place. So we've used our silver hollow tip indicators here to mount everything up front, so you have no more fasteners than what you need. Everything works really, really nicely. This fits in super tight, really nice clean install. So on the back of the KTM here, what we've done is use the frame rails and actually French the mounts into the tube. So we've got a 16mm frame rail, used a set of our M8 fabrication bungs, drilled a hole through the frame, welded them in place, so the tubing passes through the frame and your wiring's held in here. You can't see any of it from the outside. So from the electric KTM to another electric that we've just finished up on this Zero. So we have a very similar setup on the front as the KTM, but on the back, this is a real nice trick setup. So what we've done here is build a custom tail setup and used our 3-in-1s to actually French inside the tail. This one's been getting ridden a lot lately, so it's a little bit dirty, but I'll turn the lights off so you can actually have a look at how we've mounted these things up in here. So what we've done is machined a bit of aluminium tube that's been mounted onto this tail plate and then used the standard threaded rod to fasten it inside the tail here. The last one I'll show you is this install that we've just finished up on our Signature Series XS650. Doesn't always have to be as complicated as drilling and welding through your frame or Frenching them into a tail. This one was kept super simple, really nice and clean. We've just made a tiny little bracket there that comes off the top shock mount, drilled a hole, mounted the indicators up, simple. All right guys, that'll wrap it up for our LED 3-in-1 lighting rundown. If you need more specific information on install and wiring, jump onto our website. We have a heap of blogs. 9 ways to mount your LED indicators is a really helpful one for you guys looking for a bit of inspo on how to get these things on your bike. I'll catch you next time around.